Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm your co-founder, John Henry. Today is Tuesday. You know what time it is. It's another segment of Hidden Gems. Today we have some phenomenal guests joining us. We have the SF Rebels. They came in deep tonight. The coaches, the founder is here. We're going to have amazing conversation with these coaches, talk about the things that they're doing to impact our community. And you get to meet some of these coaches that's interacting with our kids, doing things in our community, and really impact our young people and community as we need it. So with that being said, we're going to get ready to jump into that. But today we're going to let you know who is our woman for Women's History Month. As we said before, every show we are going to highlight a woman that's doing something that did phenomenal things for the community. So today, our woman of the month is going to be Valerie Thomas. Valerie Thomas was born February 8, 1943. She is an American scientist and inventor. She invented the illusion transmitter, for which she received a patent in 1980. She was responsible for developing the digital media formats image processing system used in the early years of the Landsat program. The inventor of the illusion transmitter 3D technology, oversees at the NASA Landsat program, an international expert in the Landsat data products. Shout out to Valerie Thomas. She is our woman that we are highlighting. What a phenomenal sister, breaking through, making history. 3D technology is something that we've used for a number of years. And way to go to salute that sister on Women History Month. Just proud to be able to honor her tonight. With that being said, got a couple of announcements. Today, I saw the news breaking. Our board president, Shaman Walton, was able to get a bill passed in San Francisco to help the grocery workers and some of the underpaid critical care workers in our community that's been affected by the pandemic to get hazardous pay. What a phenomenal job, Shaman. Continue to push through. Our community is looking for you to continue to do the things that you're doing to highly impact our community. So I'm just blessed to be able to know that, brother, and just look and see the things that's happening. We got a lot of resources that are coming to the San Francisco Bay Area to help out our communities. And just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the people that's been doing the great work and supporting us with all these efforts. And then before we go, I want to say shout out to City Eats for having a phenomenal feed this weekend, being able to impact 1,300 families. Shout out to Vibes and Smiles, Us for Us, SF Rebels, and it was another number of other programs who came out, brought the young people. Shout out to the OMI, EJ. A lot of people showed up, bringing the young people to help give back to the community. That's what it's about, giving back and taking action, doing the things that we need to do. Very, very important. And we're going to continue those efforts to impact our community through this pandemic and after this pandemic. So looking forward to the next event and getting more of our young people involved. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump in to our Hidden Gem segment tonight. We're going to bring up our first Hidden Gem tonight. This brother, Elgin Rose, is a community leader of Cold Tenderloins. He had 30 years experience in the streets. You know, he had some up and downs. You know, in life we talk about challenges, and it's not where you at, but it's how you come out and what you do. He's been doing a phenomenal job giving back to the community. I'm going to bring him up and let him talk to the community about some of the things that he's doing, because he got this community nomination, because we want to highlight people in our community and let them know no matter where you start, it's not going to deter where you finish. So just happy to have this brother here. We're going to bring him up, and we're going to get this brother to let y'all know what he's doing and how he's impacting the community. Elgin, you here, my brother? It's your time to let the people know your story, what you've been through, and where you're going, my brother.
How you doing, John? Thanks for having me. Yep, like you said, my name is Elgin Rose, and I've been hustling for 30 years. Just living life like midnight to 8 in the morning, gambling, just running the Tenderloin streets. And today I found myself reaching out to young people, homeless people, teaching people about the easiest access to a job versus the easiest access to the latest hustle. Telling people about the pain that I went through just far as hustling, the stress, the anxiety. My life, like 2 years ago, I went homeless for 1 year. I had really had bottomed out, and then I found Cold Tenderloin while I was still homeless. Keep that in mind. I've been in the Tenderloin for like 30 years, and you can have all kind of options in your face, but until you really realize and really be upset about the life that you have, or what you're giving for your family, or what you're giving for your, what name you leaving, that was on me a lot. So that's what triggered me to go homeless for a while. But then I found Cold Tenderloin, and just imagine a job environment where your resume is your life, So not only can I relate to the youth in the neighborhood, to the 40-year-olds in the neighborhood, I'm trying to show the world that I'm business minded too. I just was in the wrong world, so it was like it's Code Tenderloin is like a fusion and a place where I was able to reach out to the community, and it was hip to reach out to the community, work hard, talk about grants and budgets and just positive stuff to the community, giving back, and not seeing somebody just sitting on the ground and not reaching your hand to them. So I'm on a new ride right now. It's about a year and a half since I've been at Code Tenderloin, and that experience has like been from, like I said, from homeless to a great job, so much outreach, like I work 10 hours a day just giving somebody some food, and color is not the factor, is just humanity as a whole. So and it's getting fun. It's crazy because it's getting fun, and I tell young people every day, you can make a living still being healthy and being fun. So like I said, I'm new to this and I'm excited, and I've been having a lot of impact. I found myself part of COVID, Mega Black SF, um, COVID research team. So and various other organizations where street mentality and conform to normalcy and well rested and being kind to people can get you a lot of places. So I'm appreciated to tell y'all, come down to Code Tenderloin 55 Taylor. That's Turk and Taylor, San Francisco. If you need any resources, we help people with jobs. We help people with mental health problems, relationships, you name it. We just take it. We take it as it come, and our aim is just getting somebody to their next resource every day.
Man, that's very powerful. I mean, I'm just happy to hear, and salute you for overcoming some of those struggles. Here in San Francisco, with this gentrification and things that's going on, people are being impacted, being housed and shelter themselves. And I was talking to somebody today, and the amount of young people that are out on our streets homeless with nowhere to go, getting into other things because they have nowhere to go,
Right.
is very, very tragedy. It's very tragic. But to see that you are in a program to help people get there, I think is very important. Man, our young people are being impacted. And I keep telling the families, and I know sometimes when our young people turn 18, our parents and some of the elders of the community, they don't want to deal with these young kids, and they put them out in the street. And then sometimes that could also further these kids into a path that we don't necessarily want to see. But it's just sad to see a lot of young kids under the age of 18 without housing, without support.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing to have a community service like you guys helping people in the community.
Thank you, John. I was just going to say, and part of also the fun that I do is speaking up for the youth and the seniors and the people with problems that they'll speak for you. They'll do a survey on you, and then they'll call it the statistics, and the money will go somewhere else. So that's something else that making sure their voice get heard too.
It sounds like you talking about these poverty pimps in our community. It's a
Yes,
lot of them.
yes,
We've
sir.
been we've been calling them out. There's a lot of them that's doing bad
Yeah,
things for the
yeah,
community. And
yeah,
here at both sides of the conversation, we're going to continue to hold people accountable and call them out, because we need people who have character, integrity, and it's hard to get that. And I'm just blessed today because we got brothers like you and a number of these SF rebels on here today that are impacting, doing the right thing, leading by integrity, leading by the things that we need in leadership. And that's what this is all about, man. So continue to do what you're doing, my brother, because it's very important. It's very impactful work. Just navigating, we're doing these feeds with these people in the community, and I take time out to talk to them. And a lot of the resources, it's a struggle for some of these people who are trying to get back into the employment realm, trying to get back into the housing realm, not, the struggles with technology, trying to get access. And just for what you guys are doing is definitely help impact the community in ways that is needed. So I understand those struggles, man. And what are the hours of operation? So if somebody's watching out there and they need your services, what time are you guys getting out there at it and doing these services for the community?
I would say 8 to 5, like on listed, but we available. All our phones is public. My phone number is public, and people know, whether it's because we work with a lot of homeless people and people need to tap in sometime later on in the day or whatever. So I mean, our office hours is 8 to 5, but we always available. Somebody we got a sizable team that's everybody play their part. So feel
Man,
free.
Man, that's big. That's huge. And definitely anybody reaching out to us, we have your information up there on the on the screen. And hopefully they can reach out to you. And if they can't reach out to you, they can always reach out to us and we'll connect them with you. Just thank you for doing the work that you're doing. It takes bravery and courage,
Right.
and we need more brothers like you to come forward and talk about your story, be vulnerable to let people know, hey, I was there, but
Yep.
I'm here now because
Yeah.
we talked about it last week on our show about prison reform and how, this second chance is kind of going away in our communities, going away across this country. We have to support people when they're in their struggles and we have to support them when they up. So just proud of you for fighting through, persevering and doing the things that you need to impact the community and not giving up. And we salute you for the service and the work that you're doing, my brother. Is very, very big. And that's why we brought you up here today to highlight you and the things that you're doing, because we believe here that we need to give our roses and our flowers to people in the community that are impacting the community while they living. Too many times our people pass away and we go to funerals and we hear all these wonderful things that they did, but nobody took the time to highlight and support them while they're here living. And that's what we want to do here. And that's what this segment is about, highlighting community leaders like yourself and also highlighting our Black and brown business so that we as Black and brown community and allies of the Black and brown community can patronize our businesses and make sure we get the economic support and resources that we need to impact the community. So just want to thank you. I know you got to leave tonight or you're going to hang around for a little bit, but I know you got to check out early. I want to just say this. Give the young people out there, give the community out there some positive words and some positive affirmation, something that if somebody's down right now, maybe going through what you went through with homelessness or addiction, can you give them some words of encouragement so that they can be motivated tonight to not give up and have a second chance?
I'm gonna say that for people that's helping us and they experiencing burnout or whatever, the community here, when you out there, the people know that, and people don't, and the myth that people want to be hustling all night and hanging all night, that's just a myth. People really want help, but just between communication and people giving up, a lot of people give up. So we got to uplift our community beyond giving up. That's we're gonna set the threshold to beyond giving up, and then we can work with them. So they listening.
Man, dope. Very powerful stuff, brother. Looking forward to doing something with you in the future. Our doors is open. Any way we can help you, we're definitely here to help you. If you have any digital flyers, any events going on that you would like to promote through our community on all our social media handles, please get it over to us. Send it to both sides of the conversation at Gmail, and we'll make sure we get it out to community so that information is circulated. Because one thing community is saying, and we're trying to bridge this gap and break that stigma, when things and resources are happening for the community don't know about it. So we're trying to use our platform here to also push those flyers and those events out to the community so they know what's going on. So we're not waiting till the last minute and getting all these complaints that we didn't know about it. This was going on. So definitely any way we can help you, please let me know. We'll definitely help you. Thank you for being one of our hidden gems. Thank you for your commitment to the community, my brother. Looking forward to seeing you in the future. Keep doing what you're doing. We see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, phenomenal brother, man. You're talking about where you at, where you going. There you go, Elgin Rose, powerful brother, doing stuff in the community, making things happen. You know what I'm saying? Taking the chance, taking the risk, doing the things that's needed, but making sure community gets what they need, and that's what it's all about. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead. We're going to jump into our SF Rebels tonight. We're going to bring up the founder of the SF Rebels. This brother is doing so many things. I can't say enough about this brother Nate. When I say community, this brother goes above and beyond to make sure everybody is taken care of through his case management work, through his donations, making sure that he gives back to the community, vested in our young people. So many people reaching out to me all over the place. Man, you I see y'all with Nate. Nate is a great guy. He changed my kid. My kid is doing phenomenal things because of Nate. And this is the type of brothers that we need in our community, leading by example, doing what it takes, making sure that community gets the resources and things that's needed. And I know this is a tireless effort, and I know he does this without trying to get a pat on his back. But again, we got to highlight Nate, his program, the phenomenal things that he's doing, because it's not about just sports. And I know the logo, and I know what he represents is basketball, but I know for sure just from working with him and talking to him, education is more important than the sports, and he's always educating and coaching his kids to make sure that they understand the priority is to get education and do other things in life to impact community. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce Nate. He's gonna tell you about all the phenomenal things that they're doing at the SF Rebels, and then we're gonna have Nate go ahead one by one and introduce each one of the SF Rebels coaches and guests tonight. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Nate and let him go ahead and talk about the SF Rebels and bring up who we want to bring up first.
John, man, you too kind, man. Thank you, bro. It's I'm glad some people talk great about me. That mean I did something good for their kids. But if I chastise them or something, I probably got some bad quotes too. But yeah, man, thank you, bro. It's a pleasure to be on here, man. This is our our 30-year time, a 30-year A season. Our last year was our 30th season, and it got cut short because of COVID. So we had to we're treating this as our 30 A season. But it hasn't stopped us. We've been we pivot to a lot of online stuff for our youngsters, including the case managing, where we check on our youngsters that need the support. We make sure that they're, they have the necessary tools to get through the school day, whether it be food, whether it be utensil, supplies, that nature. We also pivoted not only into our basketball sessions every day, but we have some physical fitness activities for our youngsters. We got some enrichment activities as well. But man, we've been going strong since March, man, and it's been a ride, man. In addition, we in conjunction with Safeway, we're able to feed 41 families every week, $150 of groceries. Make sure they're taken care of. We kind of we thought that would be only appropriate to make sure that we are taking care of our own. And all this, all this stuff, when you say San Francisco Rebels, and we think basketball, but we're more than that. We have community service as well. We have job readiness. We got our life skills. We got our mentoring. We got our boys groups, our girls groups that they meet. We're bringing in cheerleading. Doing that will be coming in. We got 707 flag football. Our national teams is coming up. We'll be having soccer in 2 years, and all that, man. We're working on a $15 million building as well. So this is definitely, it's not only me. There's a team that's behind me, and I always give the shouts to this group of guys that you got in your backstage, and young ladies that has helped and maintained that we are going strong. But these guys and young ladies, they haven't wavered since the pandemic. And a lot of other organizations is they're starting against the protocols and the health and safety guidelines, but we can't just do that. I mean, I think we've been in this too long to kind of sacrifice a kid's health for a basketball, and that it just doesn't sit right with me. So we rather just wait, be patient. When the time's right, we'll be ready to roll out. But in the meantime, we encourage our kids to hit the books, man. We got a lot of our kids going to colleges and try to go into colleges. We give scholarships to high schools, and we give college tuition. I mean, help assistance, and it's just a whole plethora of things that we do off the court to make sure our kids are successful and they are just ready for life. So, man, these guys that you got in the background, they are the backbones to this. They are the ones that make it go. I'm just I'm the face because I've been here so long. But man, I appreciate every last one of these people. They have really made my job. They have made kids' lives. They go out of their way to make sure kids are fed. They make sure they're staying out of trouble. If the parents having a problem at home, some of my coaches might wind up over at their house making sure that they doing right. And, that's what it's all about, man. Lastly, I would say is the best thing about our program is, we're, we are citywide. So we got kids from all parts of the city and, travel all around the world, and we, to play sports. And that goes unnoticed a lot, but it's a form of gang prevention, violence prevention, whatever you want to call it, but it's definitely into that realm that we're doing. We're getting kids from the toughest neighborhoods, combining them from all walks of life, and we're combining them on teams, and they're competing for a championship. So I salute everybody that's really, that's really just doing the work with me and standing with me. There are times, this group of parents is kind of crazy, man. And, everybody want their kids to be the next Michael Jordan, the next LeBron James and things like that. And then when it doesn't work out for them, they go switch teams. But, we're not for everybody. We're for whoever wants to be here. And, getting kids has never been a problem for us. Fielding teams has never been a problem for us. There's a new model that I was just talking to Coach D. Wu about. It's called trust the process. And if you can't trust this process, then you don't need to be here, because I can't have people dictating what they do. So that means some people gonna get mad, call, throw me under the bus, and that's fine and that's good. I could take that. I've been doing this for 30 years, man. So shout out to both sides of the conversation, man. I appreciate y'all.
Man, definitely, Nate. But you forgot to tell the people, you forgot to tell the people the most important thing, that you really been impacting the young people and bridging the gap between the young and the old, is your monthly talks with the youth. So many people been talking about it. We had Ryan Russell on last week. What a phenomenal brother. Raining, all of the stuff that you guys are doing with that. I think that's powerful. That's something you have to highlight, because I know you and I, we both see eye to eye about that, making sure that our young people have a voice and uplifting them. And I think that's something big that you're doing. And thanks for getting that started, brother.
Yeah, that's something outside of basketball that, another citywide thing that we're bringing kids from all neighborhoods. I collaborated with the Brown Bombers, with Raining, and then I brought in Coach Russell from Sacred Heart Cathedral. We got 3 positive brothers. You and Rico have been on to support me at, from time to time, man. It's just a beautiful thing when you can see people, from all neighborhoods to come join in and join a positive conversation and what's bothering them, what's going on in their lives. And that's all we try to do, man, is find out and support the youngsters. And, for yourself and Rico, y'all been supporting this same movement, man. And to get these kids together for 1 hour and a half once a month is just a beautiful thing, man. Appreciate it.
No, definitely. So with that being said, Rico just stepped in the building. He's been taking care of business out in the community. Go ahead, Rico, highlight the people, and then Nate, tell me who you want to bring up first, so we could go ahead and get them up and get them ready.
Look, I got my both sides of the conversation hat on. Now nobody can't say nothing. They keep asking, are we together? We together. We ain't going nowhere. What y'all talking about? So I'm sorry I'm running late, but I was taking care of some business, but I had to be on for my guy Nate and the individuals that he got with him, because me and John talk about this all the time. There's people who doing work, and then there's people who doing work with impact, right? And Nate is one of those people that I've seen the impact, literally, like as a young dude. Like, I didn't know how to play basketball, and I say this story all the time.
You keep saying that.
You know what I'm talking about? I was a dancer. I wasn't a hooper, but I would go up there with my friends and watch them play, see some amazing young people that he didn't help nourish, mentor, support. He was their father, their uncle, they cut. Like, he was everything to them. And it was bigger than basketball. So when he talk about trusting the process isn't just making the Michael Jordan or the LeBron James. It's really creating young people to have a type of integrity, to build up young people to really want to be somebody outside of sports, whatever they want to be. Nate is the person who built those people up. I have homies who then turned all the way to the left after he didn't steer them right. And do you know what brought him back? The foundation that he had laid for them. And I'm forever grateful, because those people are my friends, and I can say, you know what? They still alive because the foundation that he helped support and lay. Nate, I love you.
Love you too,
Thank
man.
you so much for all the amazing stuff that you do in our communities. From, I don't even want to say Fillmore, the Bay Area. Look, John looking like, yeah, don't say Fillmore. The Bay Area, all the amazing stuff that you're doing Bay Area wide for our young people, and the tone that you have already set, the path that you have already laid for someone like myself, someone like John, to continue on that road to be a mentor, the coaches that you have picked, the individuals that you've been guiding to teach how to be a mentor. Oh my goodness. I watch you, Nate. Like, I really do. Like you doing some good shit. Like, and you know, this both sides of the conversation, so I can say shit right now. So you really guiding these people, the D Woos and all of them. I didn't know them until I seen them coaching with you, and I'm like, look, they care about the young people. I care about them, man. And I know that they all doing some amazing stuff. And I'm just thankful that, you know, you brought them on the team, and you guys are creating an environment where men are actually stepping up to the plate. We ask where the men at. Like, I know where they at. Look, they right here with the Rebels. They right here with both sides of the conversation. And you're forever a gem. Like, I don't even want to say you hidden, because like you always out there in the forefront talking, hey, look, I'm right here. No, you don't talk bad about folks. No, you ain't griping. You ain't complaining about what's going on. You just do the work. So I just follow your methodology and say, you know what? I'm going to just do the work. I don't care what no one talking about. Let me just do the work. So thank you. I love you. Keep it up.
Thank you, man. Well, you know it's a grind, John. You know it's a grind, John, and Rico. Y'all know how this work is. You know, it's a thankless job, and you know you only as good as your last deed to some people. And you know, I take it with a grain of salt, man. And you know, it is what it is. But I know, you know, if we can make these people, a few of these kids just turn their life around, and just to see some of them come back. So I've had some effect, like you mentioned, D. Woo, man. He graduated from program, went to school, came back, and now he run the girls side. So that's what it's all about, man. I ain't got much longer in this, and just to see, you know, these young men and all my coaches grow, not only in the coaching field, but expand their communication skills with these youngsters and enhance their lives. You know, that's what it's all about, man. So I appreciate you.
Definitely. For all the people watching on our YouTube, our Facebook page, or on our Facebook, you can use the comments if you want to say congratulations, or if you want to send a shout out to somebody you're about to see. Go ahead and use that function. On YouTube, you have to use the live chat. If you're in the Facebook page group, you can go ahead and use those comments, and we'll get them up here on the screen. With that being said, Nate, yeah, you the man.
I told somebody up here. Just throw one up here. Throw one up here. I'm gonna do a freestyle.
I told somebody today. I said Nate is the Energizer Bunny, and I'm the Dorsale Bunny. I got to catch up because he goes 7 days a week. I'm going 7 days. I'm about 23 hours. You do it 24 hours.
Okay. Yeah, throw one up there, man.
Throw one up. So this week, since it is Women's History Month, we're gonna pull up Kairee first. We're gonna be respectful to the sister. We're gonna bring up the sister first and get her up here. You could go ahead and introduce her,
my girl. So this is like my daughter right here. She grew up in a program, you know. This is D Woo niece actually, but you know, she's always been one of my favorites. She played with the boys all the time. I used to see her, and she was a little girl just going down 3rd Street dribbling a basketball to school and things like that. So she wound up going to Tulane University. She graduated from Tulane. Now she is in law school at USF. She works on with our case managers and helping our young ladies. And you know, sky is the limit for this young lady. I'm just so proud every time I see her. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for her that I wouldn't do for my own daughter. So Kairee Howard is just she's definitely a hidden gem. But don't worry, y'all gonna be seeing her soon doing her own thing. Trust me. But Kairee Howard, yeah, that's for sure.
All right, Kairee, it's on you.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I want to just, I guess, reiterate what has been said before. We appreciate everything you do, Nate. You are truly a gem. I just remember a lot of the times that we have like worked out, and you just did it out of the kindness of your heart. I've always felt like a daughter. And you just always, you know, treated me well and treated others in the community well. You just have a good heart, and we truly appreciate it. So, like I said, I played the Rebels. I played for the Rebels. I trained with Coach Nate, trained with D, um, and from there, like I just basically stayed in the books and stayed playing basketball. And growing up in Bayview Hunters Point, I just had a feeling or knew like at a young age that I would want to pursue a legal career. So from then, I just did any type of extracurricular activity that I can to prepare me for that profession or to see if I would find interest in it. Once I start going to the courtrooms, I found myself start watching more shows that was law related, and I just really kind of like just dove into it. And then in college, once I stopped playing basketball, I just dove um, straight into my education, got more serious about law, started asking more questions about it, and and here I am. I got 3 degrees so far. I have a BA in sociology. I have my master's in criminology, and now in the year of 2022, I will be having my JD. Um, so
Told you, John.
yeah, so I'm just going for it.
Man, phenomenal, phenomenal sister Nate. I met her on the call. I wasn't trying to steal her. I was just like, she said she wanted to do something for the community. She was talking so good. I said, sister, just call me. Whatever you want to do, just let me know. Both sides of the conversation. We're going to support you because I think what she's doing in criminal background, we need to educate our community a little bit more how to deal with this legal system. I think what you bring to the table is very, very powerful, young lady. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're under great leadership with Nate and the Rebels and your family. Phenomenal sister, you guys. I mean, this is what we're talking about. This is why we highlight our young people because they are going to be some game changers in the future that's going to really impact our community. So just thank you, my sister. That's all I'm going to say. It's a lot, Nate.
Thank you, Ree. Love you.
Of course,
I,
love you
hey, I just
too.
want to say, keep up the amazing work. I think that people like Nate and Dr. Marshall, and I think that I put them in the same category only because when we talk about people who they have sent to college, the list is like around like a whole room, right? And then the people that they get to bring back to push the equity forward, right? And you one of those individuals that want to give back and push that equity forward. So keep up the amazing work. Keep doing what you're doing. Long as you got Nate in your corner and your folks D Woo, you got me and John now. Like you can only see the best stuff. So continue the amazing work that you're doing, sister. You got some good brothers here that got your back 100%. No problem.
Definitely, people are commenting in. Just want to let everybody know these are the phenomenal young people that are doing stuff. We need to support them, community, sponsors. These are the young people that we need to get behind and make sure that they are the ones to impact the community, the country. We got to get behind our young people and support them. I only can say it so many times, but we have to do it. And it starts with sisters like this. And I'm just glad to have you here tonight as a hidden gem. Very, very powerful. Nate, anything you want to say before we go ahead and pull up the next rebel? Let her
No,
know, man.
I
Keep her
mean,
pumped, man.
no, man. Kairee already know how I feel about her. Actually, she's out. She work out with me sometime in the mornings. That's how we are. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, everything she does is just turns to gold. And pulling her over here with this rebel stuff. I don't know how she's doing it with her class. She's juggling her class, getting her caseload with her kids done while she in class. I don't know how she's doing it, but it is much appreciated. These kids are having a rough time right now, and I was glad to pull in some young ladies, and especially one that's yourself, to kind of mentor these young ladies, because it's good for them to see that someone that's doing something right. You know what I'm saying? And we had some young ladies that were going a little left, and now Kairee has got them going right a little bit. So just keep doing what you're doing. I hope I'm just glad to have you for however long I can have you. So I just appreciate you. Thank you.
Man, no doubt, man. Thank you too, sister. And we behind you. Whatever we can do, like Rico said, we here for you, okay?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, you can
Okay.
you can hang around if you want. If you need to go, we understand. We might have a little conversation at the end, but if you need to go, it's okay.
Okay.
All right, all right. We're gonna go ahead and pull up the next rebel. I'm gonna go with. We went with the sister first. I see another sister on here, Doris. Is she coming up, Nate?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna bring Doris up to the thing. Doris, is you ready? Let's see if she's ready. All right, we're gonna bring you up, Doris.
Coach D, yeah.
Hi, good
Yeah,
afternoon. How
so
you
this
guys doing?
all right. So this is Coach Doris. You know, she has, you know, when I work for Boys and Girls Club, Doris always had her kids come in and play, but her kids been playing in the program for years. She got a few kids that come, but and she got some very good dancers too in her family. Her daughter was in our summer. Her daughter and son was in our summer entrepreneurship program, and that's the thing about the, you know, her daughter and her son. They don't even play for the Rebels, but you know, we welcome everybody right now because everybody needs some kind of help. So you don't got to play no basketball to reach out to us. We gonna help you. So Doris kids did a real good job in that. But now Doris is also, now she's gotten to the coaching realm of the Rebels, and you know, I just saw a post on her the other day talking about, I don't know what to do with myself. I can't wait to get back. But so she knows her stuff. She coaches. I think the girls are 6th grade, might be going to 7th grade now. We've been on 2 years now, but she has a real good team. She's very disciplined. The girls look up to her, and this is Doris Lattimore.
Hi, how you guys doing? Good to be here. Yeah, the Rebels is a very, well fit program. Like you said, is more than basketball, and it's helped my family a lot. I'm very grateful to be with Nate. He's a phenomenal person. I know everybody says a lot. He's a good person, and he needs to know that outside of just, hearing it. It speaks volumes. He's taught me a lot working with his program, and I know I could be a headache with him sometimes because I drive him crazy asking a million questions, but it's good to have a relationship with someone outside of basketball that really cares about the community and the parents as well. And I'm pretty sure I'm probably once upon a time one of those parents that was an agger, but you have to appreciate the value of a person once you really get to know them and the organization and what they're actually here for. And as far as me, I'm very honored to be brought on the team with the Rebels. I'm the only female, and I really value every single coach that I work with in that organization. I work with Rico as well, and I like working with the community. I feel like that's something we need to do more as far as a whole, is make sure we all come together and make sure these kids understand it's more than just sports. It's more than just day in day out of the gym. Like, they really need to know outside of that we're here for them. And I'm grateful for that program too, because like you said, my daughter and my son never stepped foot on a court before with Nate, and he's already done so much and impacted them with his program from the entrepreneurship. My daughter actually gets mentored by Dewu's niece, and my son actually gets mentored by Jerry, and he's known my son for years, who actually plays for Rebels. So yeah, I can't speak anymore about the program other than that it's a very great resource for parents and athletes or non-athletes as well, because you don't really know who actually is there for you until you actually open up and speak up. And they, like I said, they've helped me a lot. And I know that moving forward, if everybody comes together and actually supports Nate, because I know he would give the clothes off his back for us, we just got to make sure that we humble ourselves enough to, work together as a, brand with, both sides conversation and all other programs, and just make sure that we stay united and, support each other to the best of our ability. Um, I can go on and on about speaking about how good Nate's program is and all the
No, that's
coaches
good.
all
No, you're
night.
good. No,
But
you're
yeah, you know
good.
what I'm saying? It's been a good asset. Like I said to my family, we really appreciate Nate. Like I said, I might drive him crazy a lot, but my family does appreciate him. And I know that now it's a lot of times where my kids just want to like call him or call the coaches because they're like, I don't even want to talk to you. Like, I got somebody else to work with now. So I do appreciate him for that, because I understand truly over the years I've known him that his heart is in the right place, and he can, get on the kid's line, but it's all about how the kid retains it. It's all how the parent retains it. Because you got to understand, he's not getting on these kids because he doesn't care. And like I said, the first year I met him, I was one of those parents. I was like, oh, he's always yelling at my kid. But then I realized, no, he loves my kid. And sometimes I had to realize, oh, Nate, you handle him because I can't. And he knows how to get to these kids to where they respect him, not because he is a Rebels, coach, but because he's a man that's directing them in the right direction, if that makes sense.
Definitely. I just want to say thank you. I know I only met you a short time when we was first coming around with our mentoring program. One thing I can say, you are a committed mom. We see you in the kitchen, whipping it up in the kitchen. That's what moms do. They got to cook. They got to coach, be a part of the community, and don't stop. So I just want to say thank you for being a committed mother, because a lot of times we have no mothers, no fathers in the community doing nothing. So even as a mother, just being able to be a coach, be able to do the things that you're doing for the kids and family is beautiful for the community. It's good to see other women, that see women doing what you're doing. So I just want to say thank you, and blessings to all your endeavors. And definitely once the season starts, both sides of the conversation, we'll be out, cheering the Rebel kids on. That's what we do. Support the community.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Doris.
Appreciate you guys.
All right.
You're welcome.
Hey, I just want to tell Sister Doris, I've been knowing her for a minute. Oh, you gonna turn your camera off on me? I need that camera on when I'm talking. Hold on.
My bad.
Hold on.
My bad.
But I got to give you roses. I definitely got to give you roses. I'm like, that's what our motto is. Let's give our community our roses while we're here. Sister, thank you so much for stepping up. Not just stepping up for your kids, but stepping up for all the kids that participate in whatever your kids got going on. You like the team mom, no matter what. Because I know you were over there with I don't want to say 49ers, so I'm not going to say it, the Seahawks.
That's right.
You were with the Seahawks, and you were, my son was on the team and all that. Like, you were definitely a committed mom. You bought food, not on your turn. You weren't tripping. You made sure you took care of all the kids, and all that's big. Like, because all of our kids don't have the proper support that they need. As long as they got individuals like us who are on the call, they're going to be okay. And I definitely want to give you roses and just try my best to encourage you just to continue on and do whatever you can do to continue doing what you got to do. Any support that you need, we here for you. So that way we can make it easy on you so that you can bring that spirit that you bring, that joy that you bring to these young people. Because, all of us don't get, all these people don't get good meals. And I know you was providing that. You was providing conversation. You was helping coaching. I was like, wow, she's the triple threat. So I was just thankful to have you there on the sideline. I don't play no sports. So I was like, okay, well, I can sit back and I ain't got to say nothing. So keep it up, Doris. We love you. Thank you for all that you do over there in our community.
Appreciate you guys.
So we love you, sis.
Yeah. Thank you, Doris.
Love you guys too. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, John, after hey John, if I might add, that is Rico brought up a good point. People often get kind of, the hood. I think we start losing this kind of little bit when parents get a little upset when we're directing their kids, or we're chastising their kids. I think that's where, back in the day, we got checked. We got checked when we was wrong, but now this is kind of fuzzy a little bit. But that's what Doris brings to the table, and some people might not receive her message as well, but I definitely know where she's coming from. So definitely appreciate it. My next guy right here, Coach Otis, man. Let me just tell you about this guy right here, man. This dude right here, man, he has streamlined this whole from Fillmore to Hunters Point connection as we're bringing the players together, instrumental in everything. He's one guy that, D.O. will tell you how he feel. But he'll tell you, and 9.5 times out of 10, he's correct. But I'm so upset, I don't want to hear it. So I'll call him later on and tell him he was correct. But man, I love this brother, man, because he keeps it all even keel. He coaches his butt off on the court. His passion for these kids is just unmatched. I mean, I can remember times a kid left home and was missing that night. Boy, D.O. was up all night. Got to be at work at 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, but he up all night looking for this kid. And those are the things that, that go unnoticed, man. And, I definitely, he got to be at work in the morning. So he usually asleep at the time, but I told him, man, I needed you on here because he is very instrumental to me. He, when I feel like quitting, I call him. I done called him several times, man. I'm done, coach. No, you ain't, Nate. No, you ain't. I'm here. You ain't. But he's had his kids come to the program. His son went to college. So I'm just so happy that he able to get on. So I'm gonna stop talking and let introduce Coach Otis. That's all you need to know is Coach Otis.
How you guys doing over there, man? Am I on?
Yes, sir.
Y'all hear me?
Yep.
How you guys doing over there? Hey, Nate, I appreciate those words, man. They always mean a lot to me. And anytime you hear somebody giving you something positive on your name, man, you should always appreciate it and smile. So I thank you for that, man. I hear you guys speaking on different things here. Briefly, I just start off with Nate. Kairee, I know a lot of you guys know. Kairee used to bring his daughter over there to the San Francisco Rebels girl team. And I used to hear about Nate over there running the program. And at the time, I was over at St. Paul Shipwreck doing some coaching. And I knew I was a good coach. But I was hearing about the San Francisco Rebels. And, the back of my mind was like, man, I wouldn't mind coaching over there. And the other part of my mind was, well, oh, man, I can do my own thing. So Nate gave me an opportunity. I went over there, talked to him, and he said, let's get it on. And the good part about me, I came from Bayview, so I wanted to get some kids from my community and bring them over there with me. So I was able to bring some kids from Hunters Point, a couple kids from all Sunny, a couple kids from everywhere. So I was able to bring all of them together. I had a word at first. People was wondering, why are you bringing all these kids together from different areas? I had Nate's support, so with his support, we was able to pull it off. San Francisco Rebels, I think they had 2 at the time. I think Nate now is up to about 20 teams or more. So I watched it grow from the bottom, and I love to see what the Rebels is doing. Even today, man, I stopped coaching. I coached for like 6 years. I stopped because my son was playing with the Rebels. I wanted to be a dad, so I kicked back, waited till he finished. He ended up going on to college, graduated. Then I had the itch again, and I came back to coach the Rebels. So I came back the last few years. The parents are much different from when I first started. They were more willing to have more trust in you with their kids. I use that word, where they were willing to sit back and let you do what you need to do. Because there's so many single, as we all know, man, it's a lot of mothers, but it's hard to find the dads. And then so to be able to have everybody focus and get them all on the same page with me from the start to beginning, that was a plus for me. So I'll let y'all ask me a question so I can answer.
Hey, I just want to say, Dio, I've been knowing you for a long time. You one of the San Francisco 100-point legends to me, real OG. You always willing to step in and help people. And when I heard about the coaching and stuff you was doing, just phenomenal. A lot of parents talked about how you really impacted their kids. And I know you about the community because I know you in the men's group. You always come on to support. You like, John, anything you need help with, let me know. And that's what we need. And like you said, it's not a lot of fathers. So when we get, great guys like you and the other brothers that's on here, it's important. And that's why we need the fellas in the community to understand. I was on a call with Cheryl Davis, and Lattimore came on. And she said, Black man voices is very powerful. When we speak, things happen. And I need that to be echoed out in the community. We need our brothers to step up because when we get involved and we start doing the things and leading by example and uniting, powerful stuff happen. That's why I appreciate the men's group. I appreciate the stuff you're doing with our young people. Glad to have you on here. I've been trying to get you for a minute, but tonight you came in with the Rebels. It's all good. No matter how you come, you here. Wanted to highlight you for all the things you're doing in the community. Appreciate you, Dio, my brother. Love you for all the stuff you're doing, man.
And man, I appreciate it, man. And when I see you, man, you like, hey, you doing your thing over there, brother. I'm proud of you too, man. Because we need brothers like you too, man, who see one thing about you guys know you can get it done. And when you know you can get something done, man, that's when you bring it with your heart. And I see you guys over there doing it with your heart, man. And that means a lot. You never know who's looking at you. People look at you from a distance, even us OGs. And if you're OG and full of game, man, it don't take you long to recognize somebody who's on the right track. So I do
Real
like what
talk.
you brothers doing over there.
Hey, thanks, bro.
We need you. We need you guys. And there ain't no doubt about it, man. And try to evolve. One thing I did want to say though, one thing about sports and with the Rebels and things, and I always tell kids, man, kids get passes in neighborhoods by playing sports. You play sports and you went on the other side of town, you probably knew some people and you got pretty much a pass if you wasn't involved in the bullshit. So, I always encourage kids and parents and tell them, man, keep your kid busy. Sports is as bad as people don't think it. It's definitely an outlet. I need passes for hello.
Yep, go ahead.
I think we lost you a little bit. Turn your
Hey,
camera back on.
devil
Okay,
was
there you
trying to
go.
work. The devil was trying to work, man. The devil was
Always
trying
when
me
you
out
try
of
to
here.
do the right thing.
Time for you to go
The
to
devil was
bed.
trying to run me out of here, man. The devil. Hey, but no, man, I appreciate you guys, man. And they were saying, I love the kids so much, man. I used to tell the kids all the time, I love you. And I used to tell them, you're not going to find a lot of coaches that's going to sit up and tell you they love you. They're going to tell you, let's play basketball. They're going to wave to you after the game, but you're not going to have a lot of them that's really caring about you and love you. So I always use that as one of my things that I always told kids, that I actually love you. It's not just about basketball. And that goes a long way with not only the kids, but the parents too. So
Very
that's what I'm
powerful,
about, man. I
man.
love it.
Hey, Dio, I'm
Before
glad you.
One thing I
I'm
do
glad
also,
you. Go ahead, Dio. Go ahead.
no, say what you're
No,
gonna say. Say what you're gonna say.
no. I'm glad you saying that because to all the brothers out there listening tonight, we need to tell our young men and our young women
Yeah,
we love them, man. Like we care about it because these kids we work with, they always talk
yeah,
about, man, my mom always just yelling and screaming. My dad always coming down. They don't hear I love you, man. That is huge. We got to tell our young people. We got to get them
yeah,
compassion.
yeah.
We got to get them love, man. I'm glad you said that. That's very powerful. We got to tell our kids we love them when we support them.
Coach Otis.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Yeah.
look. Hey, John, I'm
What's
over
up,
here
boss
going
man?
crazy. Hey, Nate,
yes.
you a mastermind, yo. I'm sitting here thinking because I think a little bit unorthodox than anybody else. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking on how you a wizard
Okay.
and how each coach is a coach outside of coaching. So right, you got your basketball coach, you got your Uncle Otis over here, right? Who teaching life skills, who teach young people the game. Then you got your women who teaching. Oh man, oh my goodness, hey, it's deep, man. It's deep. Coach Otis, Uncle Otis, I commend you for all the amazing stuff that you're doing. Keep up the amazing work. I heard him say when my son was playing, he went off to college. I came back to give it back. Look, pushing equity forward. This is real equity. This game, this information that we got and giving it back, that's the real equity. It's not money, it's not none of this. This stuff right here that I heard him talking about is priceless. So hey Nate, I commend you, man. Look. I know you got a whole roster of people. I know it, but the way I'm looking at it and the individuals that you chose is bigger than the actual game. And these coaches have a different skill set in which each skill set, they providing a tool, they're providing the gym to the young people. So if y'all out there listening, listen with your inner ear because, hey, I might have to end up being a coach in a minute, man. I don't know where you can put me, but
we got a spot for you.
Yeah, I'll teach a little. I'll teach a little dance class. Might be light on their feet.
Before I run out of here, man. The last thing before I run out of here, man, because it's been on my mind. Like Nate said, man, it's not just about basketball. We have an opportunity to get these kids in some nice private schools at some nice prices that fit our prices, In other words, we're getting scholarships for these kids. And the biggest thing with my problem is when parents and kids don't take advantage of the opportunity. Here it is, you have a chance to send your kid $26,000 school. We got others who waiting on the waiting list, and we have an opportunity to get your kid through the door. You fill out some appropriate papers and do good things as a parent. And we got a lot of parents don't take advantage of it, man. So that's a little discouraging to see, especially our African Americans having opportunities. And it's not just the kid; it's more of the parent fault because they're not given the proper participation that's needed. So I'm a little discouraged because I just had 3 kids who I was trying to get into to the school. Here it is. We got the paperwork in late. I made a mafia call up there, talked to my guy. He said, Dion, just get their paperwork in. It was the beginning of December. He said, just get their paperwork in by the end, before the end of December. I have them take the test. I get them in January. I send it to 3 African Americans and white kid. Who you think turned the paperwork in?
Oh, come on. You're right.
You're right. I did not get one African American to turn the paper in to a $26,000 school. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed about that part of it. It's not going to stop what I'm doing, but in the same token, man, we have to grab these opportunities because they might never come again. And that's how I feel right now, because I just had some kids that I try to help, and the first thing their parents do, they're never satisfied, and they're never going to feel like you're doing enough. So I just say, man, if people listening, take advantage of the opportunities. Don't let them slip through your hand, because they might never come back.
Real talk.
Real
And
simple.
I just want to say to everybody watching tonight, we have a collaboration with 100% College Prep. If you have young people in San Francisco that are looking for scholarships, please go to our website, click under our education. We have scholarships there for your young people. You just have to point and click and get involved. Thanks for saying that, Dio. We got to keep educating the community. We got to keep driving the information to them. But there are opportunities to get you help. But you got to be willing to go seek it, man. Thank you, Dio, for all the stuff you're doing in the community. Thanks for being a leader and impacting our community, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
All right. Did I cut him?
Hey, Coach John.
Yeah.
Coach John.
Yeah. Oh, I accidentally hit you, Dio. What you were saying? You were trying to say something? We're going to pull up Mitch, because Mitch keep having problems with his. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull up Mitch.
Yeah, okay. You can pull him up, but I just want to say, a lot of people miss this. We probably give out over $50,000 a year in high school tuition assistance, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. Tywan Jones from the Buffalo Bills played for us. He puts a lot of money up on the education initiative for these kids, and like Dio say, a lot don't take advantage, but for the ones that do, we there for them. And where our new partnership with 100% College Prep is definitely going to take this to a whole nother level with the college component. And it's just going to be an amazing thing. And one more other point that Dio said, that a lot of kids and parents and, they get distracted on is, our coaches are there on the love part. We love you whether you can dribble the ball or break a leg or not. Other places, I'm not too sure about that. And I'm not, throwing nobody on the bus, but I know where the love and the genuine love come from. And it comes from these brothers that's on your screen that's here giving back to the community. But we don't get the credit too much for that. And I don't think we care about that, because we know what we are doing in our heart is good. But I want to give these brothers their roses too, because it's been some messed up situations. We'll get a kid all the way, and as soon as he gets so superstar and hot star, now he want to go to the next best thing. And it does hurt. It hurts. But, we can't hold anybody back. But, one of my other coaches went through that a few years ago. And I seen this coach, he spent his last money on a hamburger for this kid. He didn't have it, but he gave it to the kid. And those are things that come, that go unnoticed. My lastly I say is, we always got to tell the kids is this, don't listen to the tone, listen to the message. So that's what type of Coach Otis is. He may bark and like me, but don't listen to that tone. Listen to the message that we're trying to get to. And that bring me into this brother right here, man. I was so excited when he wanted to coach. And this dude just brings endless energy. I mean, this dude, after practice, he's sweating more than his kids. So he got a bunch of 8-year-olds, and he's out there just running around with them. But I'm so glad. And he's a basketball legend in his own right. But, I swear to God, we've been trying to make it happen for so many years. and we finally made the connection, and then COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? And that was but he been on me, man. When we starting back, coach? When we starting back? But this dude is one of a kind, you know, Balboa legend, Coach Mitchy D.
How y'all doing, man? How everybody doing? How y'all brothers doing?
Doing good.
Go ahead, man. How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good, man. I just want to thank, Nate, for letting me join the Rebels organization. He been trying to get me in there for a long time, but I had my hours wouldn't allow me to go to practice and go to the games. And but now I finally got a chance to join the organization. I've been wanting to give back to the community because that's what I'm all about. The kids give you all the energy in the world that gives you life. You know what I'm saying? When you're going through something, you go to practice and the kids can make you forget about the things you're going through. And, I just appreciate the fact that I'm a part of a great organization. And I'm just doing what God want me to do out here, which is just to be myself and show love and give love back to the community.
Man, that's what's up, Mitch. I know you, man. You're a legend, man. We used to call you Flick of the Wrist Mitch, man. You know what I'm saying? y'all had a family of brothers, your young brother, your sister, man. Y'all always like real athletic doing stuff. You come from a strong backline, man. And just proud to see your growth. You are very supportive of the community. I must say that. I'm glad Nate brought you here tonight because I always see you at events doing stuff, trying to unite the brothers. And man, that smile, man, you got that $1 million smile, man. Wherever you go, Mitch, you got that smile, man.
That's my gift. That's my gift from God, man. And I think a smile goes a long way because we got a lot of brothers.
We lost him. I knew he was having some trouble with his phone.
Hey, John, I do want to say, hey, Nate, you didn't produce some folks that are very humble. They're very, 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 very humble, and they're humble by the honor. Like it just, when people are humble, it's hard to.
Sorry about that, y'all.
No, it's all right. I was just telling Nate, man. I recognize the humility and how humble you guys are as an organization, because I know individuals that talk about the work that they do, and they can spill it. They got a whole spiel for an hour. And when you highlight folks and they have that humility, sometimes it still ain't about them. And it's still about the work and the work that.
I think we lost Rico. He froze up. Every time we say something positive, that happens.
I wanted to touch back on the fact that, about how I say, that smile goes a long way because, in the environment that we all grew up in, man, we got a lot of people, our brothers and sisters walking around, mugging each other and, can't even say hello to each other. And, we think we are worst enemy. And we got to break that cycle because we're not our worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be supporting one another. And we all know how it is, out here. So, that's why I try to pass a smile. I try to always show love, and because we already seen the worst of the worst out here. We need to see the other side. We need to see the positive side. Everybody know the negative side and highlight the negatives out here. We need to start highlighting the good side, like you brothers is doing right now. Highlighting people that's trying to do something in the community that go unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? So, like Nate said, like everybody said, we appreciate you. What you doing? We appreciate what you're doing. And we try to be, and be a part of what we got to do. The kids, grow and so on that note, I just want to say thank you for having us on your show, bro.
Hey, no problem, man. I know you broke up a little bit. That's one of the frustrations around California, Bay Area, especially the infrastructure. Our Wi-Fi is so poor, and hopefully, as more of these bonds come out and things start happening to impact our community, so that our kids can have the Wi-Fi connections that they need to finish this Zoom school as we coming out of it. But we still need access to the internet, and we hopefully do that. But thank you, Mitch, for coming on. Appreciate your service to the community. Appreciate your service to the rebels. And just keep doing what you're doing, because leading by example is what it takes to get other brothers to change. When they see you doing it, you inspire somebody else to do it. So thank you, my brother. Keep doing doing the great work that you're doing.
Oh, John, you muted. John, you muted.
We lost him. Pee Wee, you there? We was gonna bring Pee Wee up next. If he ain't ready, we'll go ahead and move down the line. Pee Wee, are you there?
Yeah, he here.
He here, but I guess he's probably watching the basketball game. So we'll go ahead and bring up Darrell, because we see Darrell's on the building.
Okay.
Pee Wee, we'll come to you next. Pee Wee, we'll bring Darrell up. Be ready, we'll get you next.
So this is this dude, he's not from San Francisco. He from DC, actually. And when he first came, he's been he always told me he want to coach. He want to coach. I want to coach. And and he got a nickname, they was they call him Fat Man. And they look at him. One time we was at a tournament, right? We sitting next to each other. The guy come to me and asked me, "Is your name Fat Man?" I said, "Hell no, my name ain't Fat Man." He right here next to me. That's Coach Fat Man. But Coach Darrell is a real good brother, man. He coaches over at Lick Wimberding. He's just a constant help. He's always, I don't think no is ever in his vocabulary. He's just one of those guys that he's a student of the game. He's come up through the ranks. He started off coaching little 6-year-olds on a 5-foot buckets. And now he's coaching one of our traveling teams. But, I can't say enough about him. No, this is Coach Darrell, but we call him Fat Man. You on mute, John.
Go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead and unmute yourself, D.
You gotta unmute yourself, Fat Man. Oh my God.
There you go. Yeah, no, he got a point. And a lot of people don't know is that I kind of started my Rebels back in 2003, and they contest to it because I was the one who was going around putting the flyers on the cars and going to the stores and stuff, putting up the flyers and all that. So I kind of started my Rebel thing back in 2003. So when I did push the fact of him giving me a team, I ran with it. I'd probably say I've been in it for 10 years now. He opened the doors for me for Lick, even Sacred Heart. I've been there. I even worked at a middle school coaching basketball teams with their first year in programs. So, and like you said, man, a lot of what El just said, like I came up in the ranks, and I came from the background of, like you said, I came from the East Coast, and with my family, we just up and left. So when we came out here, we didn't have a plan. So I dealt with that, being homeless for a little bit. Nate opened the door for me with that, and then just like I said, my whole thing was just to, I don't know, I get a smile on my face when I see the kids going up and down the court, and then just to see them like come up in life. Like I started with them 6 years old. Now I see some in high school, some went to college and graduated. And even with D-Woo girls, I even had times where I go help him out on the days of his practice, running up and down the court with them. And just, it makes me feel good. It put a smile on my face. They'll tell you, I got a smile a mile away from ear to ear every time I'm stepping on the court or I'm watching the kids just out there playing, because it's like, it's not more of what I showed them, it's more of what they taking in. And they said it's like, it's how you present to them. And It's either they're going to take it in or they're going to let it go. And for me, I done ran across a lot of kids who took in what I was putting out, and man, it made me, like I said, it put a freaking smile on my face. My heart just, it makes a brother want to break down. You know what I'm saying? When you just look at it and just see these kids come up, man. Boy, I tell you.
Man, powerful stuff, man. I mean, I know the impact. I'm just glad to, meet you. I heard stuff about you, and it's just good to just meet you and see you here. Our young people need that, and it is an emotional job, man. Sometimes when you put so much work into these young people, and then they don't get it, and then they break through and get it, it's like a reward that's just, it's priceless, And I do a lot of that work in juvenile hall, working with these kids, and people give up on them. And sometimes they reoffend, sometimes they mess up, but we always keep an open arm and, embrace them and love them. And definitely when they get it and you run into them and they like, oh man, I got a job, I'm doing this, I'm doing good. It does get you to that emotional moment, man. So, yeah, thanks for all the stuff you're doing, man, for helping the car. Go ahead, Nate. You want to say something?
Yeah, man, I just think Fat Man is just one of a kind, man. He's like I said, man. I don't think he got no in his vocabulary, and he don't, he doesn't have, I would do anything for him because he would do anything for me. And again, it's the love that these coaches bring that I think goes unnoticed, is thankless, but it's appreciated by people like me or you or someone else on the outside looking in. So Fat Man, I just appreciate you, bro. Many more years to come, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hold it down, even though I'm gonna drive you crazy while I'm doing it all the time. But I'm gonna hold it down.
That's right. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey man, we appreciate you being a good brother, man, and helping our young people, impacting our young people, and doing the things that's needed. We need brothers like this, but community, SF Rebels. Look at these brothers and sisters on here tonight. Don't tell me that those brothers in the community don't care about our young people and don't care about community. You just seen some phenomenal young brothers on here that's doing work with our young people. Thanks to Nate, getting these people together, because sometimes it takes a lot to get the right people to mix, and it seems like Nate has the secret sauce to get the right people together. Phenomenal team. We got to get Erica Scott on here. That's the other sister we got to get on here. She been hiding, but I told her, I'm coming for you. We got to get you on here. What a phenomenal sister. Everybody in Nate's organization is doing things to impact our community. And just wanted to shout out Erica Scott, too, because that's a powerful young lady, and she's a thinker. I like people who think.
Hey, man. Hey, John, only bring the best.
Right. Oh. Hey, well, thank you, Darrell. We're going to go ahead and bring Pee Wee up. And thanks for the service, man, that you're doing to the community. My guy, Pee Wee.
Well, I'll tell you about this. I'll tell you about this dude right here. He driving and he driving and he talking. So that's what I love about Pee Wee. But he's another one. I definitely got to say this. It's been 1 year since we've been doing stuff virtually and online, and this dude has been there every day, helping and just trying to keep the program afloat. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a thankless job, and I don't know how to really thank him sometime. But he know the love is there. He has a very successful clothing line that's just got going. It's called Guilty Clothing, and it's taken off. But Pee Wee, well, he's a former player. John, he played. He went to college. Then he came back. I mean, he's coached a state championship team over at Mission High in basketball. He currently works in special education at Mission High. It's just giving back, bro. We call him Pee Wee. His name is Patrick, but we call him Pee Wee. I mean, I don't think nobody even know his name, Patrick. He been Pee Wee all his life, but he was one of them guys that came from Hunters Point over to the Fillmore to play when we were on Page Street. But who wouldn't want to play for this guy, because he's a player's coach, and he will give the shirt off his back, for these kids. And You know, he teaches them a lot. After the game, he may keep his kids an hour in the locker room, just talking to them about different things and how things would be when you go to the next level. You know why? Because he's been to the next level. He knows what it takes to get to the next level. So this is a Pee Wee Banks, we call him. Also, John, I want to just tell you this. He's a 2-time Positive Coaches Alliance Coach of the Year.
Oh wow, big,
Right.
huge. Well, with that being said, my brother Pee Wee, hey Nate, if you want to reach out to EJ and D Woo and them and Jerry, let them know they could be up next.
Okay.
I think they had to go out because we had a lot of people on, but tell them to come back.
Okay.
Pee Wee, you up next, man. Tell the people who you are, what you doing, my brother. Make sure you put your information there for your clothing line and how people could support you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, John. Thank you, Nate. I started with the Rebels when I was 11, 12 years old. Um, I was actually playing with Ohio's, a team in Hunters Point, me and D. Woo. We ended up playing against the Rebels. Um,
Yeah,
I
and we
ain't,
blew them out, and they came
hey,
and played with us.
hey, they blew us out, but I gave them 30, John.
I already know. Pee Wee a baller. Pee Wee
Hey,
Cardell, it was some ballers, boy.
I even gave them 30 while Nate was talking trash to me too. But yeah, I ended up coming over. Nate asked me and D Woo to come over and play. It took a minute for us to come over there because my mom, D Woo mom, was like, "Nah, y'all Hunters Point boys, y'all ain't going in no film. Who go pick y'all up? How y'all go get there?" So that was going on for about a week or 2, 3 weeks probably. But they finally gave in. Our coach at the time, JT, said he'd come kick us up, and he did that. He was really dedicated to that. Um, that's what showed you right there. Nate always had good coaches, but he definitely used to kick us up from Hunters Point. Sometimes we used to have to drop Sunnydale boys off in Sunnydale. We used to have to duck in the back seat. Uh, After I was done with the 8th grade, they didn't have high school then for Rebels, so I ended up playing a couple other teams. Um, Went to college. I came back, and my first coaching gig was with Do, Coach Do. I was an assistant coach, and I learned a lot from Coach Do, like a whole lot, at least 80% of the stuff I know right now. Taught me a lot, and like Do was saying, with what Nate is doing, you get a pass, and I ended up getting a pass going to film mode. Now, I go to San Francisco, just go Rebels. I probably wouldn't even know nobody in film mode. Nobody would probably know me, but that was a lot. Boy, that was a lot because I know the whole film mode now because of basketball, uh, and that was big. I was able to go to film mode by myself after playing Rebels. I was able to go to film by myself sometimes, and just like Nate said, it ain't always about basketball stuff off the court too. And I always think about that. If I didn't play Rebels, I probably nobody probably know me in film mode, and that's big for me because I actually got a lot of great friends now from film mode. But like I said, Nate, he did do a lot of good things. All the other coaches on here, they do a lot of good things. I learned from them too. Um, all the coaches that's on here, I learned a lot. Girl coaches, also, you learn from everybody, and I learned a lot from them. Thank you, Nate, for letting me coach. Again, I've been coaching since I was like uh, 19, maybe about 19, 20. Uh, and now I'm 35, going on 36. So I've been around for a long time. But it's been fun. Sometimes it's a little rough, but then sometimes you just stick with it because what it's all about is about the kids. At the end of the day, it's always about the kids, and that's what's important.
No, definitely. That's what it's all about. And we know you have a commitment. I met you long time ago in Hunters Point. And man, I was always proud of you, watch you play. It used to be you, Corn, and D Woo, and a couple other the cats that used to be playing at Jolie. And I never could keep up with y'all, so I just stayed out the way. And you know, but you always had a passion and love for the community, man. And we appreciate you and the stuff that you're doing over in Mission. And I just wanted to ask you, the impact, because we know we lost Chi, and I know you had a relationship, and I know with Coach T, and it was a bunch of y'all over there at Mission doing y'all thing, D Woo. I mean, how did you feel, and how did that impact losing Chi, and just understanding what he meant to not only Mission but to the community, and how did he impact you? Because I know all y'all used to, hang out and talk and do things together. Did he hear? Did
Yep.
you did
Yeah.
you hear
Oh
me?
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I heard you. That hurt a lot because now look at it as like, oh man, like he helped so much with the kids, and that took a lot of weight off my shoulders sometimes because every time I couldn't deal with a kid, he'd deal with that kid, or every time he couldn't deal with a kid, I'd deal with the kid. So it hurt a lot as a friend and as a mentor. Uh, it hurt a lot. He was there more than the kids. He was there. I know I'm there for the kids a lot, but he was there for the kids more than me. And so I thought about it sometimes, like, man, this is too much. Like, I'm just gonna fall back and focus on myself. And sometimes I thought like that, but it's like you got to keep going for the kids because it's all about the kids. And she gave us all to the kids. I didn't watch him give his last dollar, uh, fed the kids. He bought jerseys, bought shoes for the kids. He do a lot for the kids, and I kind of want to do more now that he's gone because I know he's gonna want me to do more. He wanted me to go to Reardon, and I was trying to tell Chi like, I don't know about Reardon. I don't know this and that. It was a couple of things, and he's like, nah, you got to take it, take that mission stuff off. You got to go take that Reardon job. You this and that. He always gave me high praises, and I appreciated him. So when I lost him, it hurt a lot.
Yeah, man, powerful brother, man. I'm glad you spoke those words highly on him. But before we let you go, man, you gotta talk about your clothing line, man, because here at both sides of the conversation, we also about uplifting our black and brown businesses, and we want people to go out and support your brand and your stuff. So tell people how to get a hold of you and what you're doing with your clothing line.
I don't got the website right now. I'm working on it. Waiting on somebody to start it. But I just got the Instagram. Instagram is underscore guilty clothing. It's guilty because of the color of my skin, but it's guilty clothing. But like I said, I don't got the website right now, but I do got an Instagram. It's underscore guilty clothing.
Okay, definitely, man. When you get the website up and you get things functioning, don't be afraid to reach out to us, man. We'll get you back on and promote your business because that's what we about here, uplifting our black and brown businesses, making sure that our community also patronize those businesses to make sure that they build and do the things that we need with capacity and having the economical power to impact our community. So, hey, Pee Wee, thanks again, man, for all the stuff you do. I see you around, and man, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you. I watched you develop, man, into this phenomenal guy. And I know the kids in the community love you and appreciate your dedication to the community. So thank you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you and appreciate you, Nate.
All right, P, drive carefully, man. You
Yeah,
can't
focus
drive.
on the road,
Definitely.
man.
Yeah,
We thank you
focus,
for
man.
tapping
Focus.
in. All right, that was Pee Wee. We got Marques Jones left, the young brother. We gonna pull him up here. What's going on, my brother?
How you
Oh
guys
man,
doing?
this is this dude right here, man. He's he played for me. So John, it's always a good thing to see, when you get a young brother. He started, I think, fourth grade, and went all the way through high school. He wound up going to he wound up going to Marquette, graduated, got a degree in engineering. You know, This brother's gonna be doing some good things. I'm just so proud of him, man. He's just a diamond in the rough, man. You know, he's one of them dudes that just he gets it. You know, he gets it. He knew how to balance because we traveled a lot with his team because we had one of the top teams with his team, and we traveled a lot. But one thing about him is when we had downtime, his mom and dad, it's just a testament to his upbringing and things like that. Though they, you know, he would do his homework and do his, you know, forget that. Let me knock my stuff out. So I knew he was gonna be something. So to see him go to Marquette and graduate, and then come back home to you know San Francisco and give back, and he coaches you know he coaches some CYO ball for the local schools, and then he coaches here with the Rebels, man. And I don't even think he 28, 5, 20. How old are you, Mark? Well, anyway, well, he's a youngster, man. He coming up though, bro. So this is Marquise Jones, John.
Okay, nice to meet you, Marquise. This is the first time I know you, Nate. This is what we got to do to all of the coaches out there. When we get our Bay Area kids, we got to start highlighting them before they go to college so we
Yeah.
know who they is. Because I've seen a couple players on college and then they say, oh, they from San Francisco. I'm like, I didn't know this kid, but they play for
There
the
wasn't no
Rebels.
both
So
sides of the conversation back then.
we gotta bring it back, man. We gotta highlight these young brothers. And then before you start talking to introduce yourself to everybody, Marquise, um, what engineering are you in? Are you electrical engineer, or mechanical engineer, or computer engineer? What you in?
I'm a civil engineer.
Hello?
Okay.
Right now, I'm in
I'm in that
construction management.
mechanical realm. I'm not a mechanical engineer, but I'm in that mechanical realm. So
Mhm.
I understand what you're doing, my brother.
Okay. So, I started playing Rebels when I was fourth grade, and before playing Rebels, I played a whole bunch of other teams, and none of them asked for a report card. And when I got to the Rebels, the first thing Nate asked was, "Where's your report card?" And it shocked me because nobody else talked about school and anything like that. It was just you put the jersey on, go to practice, and you play. And the Rebels was different, and it pushed me to do better in school because I knew Nate was going to be looking at my grades, and you wouldn't play if you didn't have grades. So um, I just want to show these kids that you don't have to go to college and play basketball. It's bigger than that. I went for school and got into coaching instead, and I think it was one of the best things I ever did for myself personally because I grew and learn that the ball doesn't always bounce, and you're gonna need your education. Once you stop playing. So, it was a positive experience for me playing with the Rebels and going off to Marquette and seeing snowfall for the first time and being away from family and the friends I knew and having to grow as a young man. So, everything starting with the Rebels has been a positive experience for me.
Yeah, it's it's just been John, man. I swear, man, this guy right here, it's been I'm just so proud of him, man. It's just the way he carries himself. Again, he gets it. And I wish we, we are getting a lot of more young brothers like that. But like we said earlier, when he played, they parents just let us do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Dad never interfered, mom never interfered, nobody interfered. He now he sees it now. He coaching now. Now he sees it how these parents, boy, they be. He only good as his last win. I swear to God, I think he reeled off. I don't know, Marquise might have reeled off about 20 straight. Man, he lost one game. The Titanic fell. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about this brother, man, John, he's a student of the game. He goes to clinics, coaching clinics to better himself, to prepare himself for these kids. You know how other people just get out there. Coaching is one thing, and we appreciate you for getting out there, giving your time, yeah. But then when you're investing in yourself to get better for these kids, and it just says a lot about you. And like I said, I've always liked Marquise. He's the one that got the true benefits of being a Rebel. I mean, just all the way through, man. Just a heck of a kid. I keep calling him a kid. He a man now, but he's a but just a person that another one I would just do anything for, bruh. This guy right here is just something that he gonna be building one of these next stadiums in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what he do.
Man, phenomenal. I mean, I just want to hone in on two things that he said that I think is important, and I think Nate, we should talk about this because this is about the fourth time that I've heard.
Okay.
Some of these kids have not been to the snow. Yeah, we in the San Francisco Bay Area. It doesn't snow here, but we could go to Tahoe. We could go to Reno. It's a little bit of a drive. And I've been thinking about this, Nate. We got to put something together. We got to start getting these young people out of the community and let them see something else. See, part of this violence issue, part of this disconnect of reality of what the world is because all these kids see is the same blocks every day. And we got to put a program together to take some of these inner city kids and we got to give them that life experience of being in the country, being in the mountains, being in the snow, because these are life altering things. I bet you the first time you went down there, Brother Jones, you was like, oh, what's going on? But it was probably the best experience of your life, huh?
Yeah, it was different. I went to Milwaukee in the summer and I was like, oh, this is nice. It's warm. Didn't think about the winter. So my first winter, my freshman year, it got to -50 with wind chill. And the jacket I had brought from home did not work. So I had to change my whole wardrobe. And the first week of snow, it was cool, throwing snowballs at people and all that. Then it got old. I didn't know how to drive in snow, so I had to have people drive me everywhere. So, it was different, but it was a good experience, and it made me want to come back home.
Yeah, John, it's just, and part of my thing when, we run the Rebels, I think, Marques' team, like I said, he's had the luxury of probably been all around the country playing basketball. But, this is part of why I try to take these kids on trips out of the area and out the state. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, about a year and a half ago, 2019, I took 50 kids to Hawaii for a week and we competed in the World Games. And that it was just big in itself just to see these kids. Out of 50 kids, probably only two or three that's ever been to Hawaii before them lives. So that's what I try to do, man. Just make life-changing experiences that these kids will never forget. And again, man, I just can't say enough about Marques. I'm just so proud of him because, man, he overcomes the odds, man. He's straight out of Lakeview, John. He's straight out of Lakeview, baby. He's straight out of Lakeview. Oh, man, Gwen. Where Gwen and them at,
Where
boy?
EJ at? Where EJ at? He disappeared on her. I don't know.
Them dudes is proud of Lakeview. They bring up Lakeview. Hey, they straight out of Lakeview. But, man, I'm just so proud. And I'm just so happy. I mean, this is only the beginning for him. He just scratching the surface, man. What this brother's gonna do for us as a as a city, he gonna as a coach, he's gonna set the bar just at a whole nother level. And I'm definitely gonna push him in to be into your mentoring thing as well, John, because I think he's a perfect candidate for these young brothers, for us on this new project that we're doing. You know what I'm saying, to mentor some of these kids. So this is definitely one that we gonna get.
Oh, definitely, man. We need a brother like you. I mean, but I got a question for you. Like Nate said, how did you get it? Right? Because I'm always trying to figure out, because I work with a lot of these kids. They have every excuse in the world. A lot of times I understand coming from the communities they come from, they deal with drugs, they deal with different family issues, different mental issues. But how did you get it? What was it that made you say, hey, was it just the opportunity, the gift of you playing basketball? Or did you see other people going a certain way that you said, I didn't want to be a part of it? Because, it was a time in Lakeview where it wasn't so great to be outside and things was going on. But how did you get it? Because I'm always trying to figure a way to articulate to our young people. There are young people who get it. And I'm just amazed, like, for you to go and go out there to Milwaukee and do the things that you're doing, because it's so hard sometimes to convince our young people to take that leap of faith, to leave away from the family, leave away from the comfort zone. So what was it that clicked for you, or what made you figure out like I got a better opportunity than just being here in OMI?
Well, it first started with Nate getting me into Sacred Heart basketball camps in summer school, and I looked up to some of the guys that were running the camps who were like 4 or 5 years older than me, and just seeing them excel in school and sports and go off to college, it made me want to do the same thing because they were successful and things like that. And then my parents didn't want me to stay home. Like they encouraged me to leave. I applied to one school in California, and everything else, all the other 8 schools I applied to were outside of California. And just so happened I didn't get into the school in California, so I had no option but to leave. So I think that me leaving was the best thing for me. Seeing different part of the world, meeting different people, and I was able to bring those experiences back home and try to affect the lives of other youth and try to get them to do the same.
No, John, I again, man, this guy is just I mean, he's a gem, man. Again, I want to say that he took full advantage of the Rebels. I mean, through going to SI, saying that he went to St. Ignatius, you know what I'm saying? And we helped them over there, and we helped them over to getting over to Marquette. This dude is, he gets it. That's all I got to say, John. He gets it.
Hey, that's all that matters.
We shake our heads with some of these dudes, man, a lot, man. And Marques is a pretty good basketball. He was a pretty good basketball player, but he gets it.
Right.
If that ball gonna stop bouncing, man, this dude's an engineer, man.
Engineer.
Come on, man.
Hey, the other half of the Bay Bridge have to get built. All of our builders, we got to get this brother on the team. He's a civil engineer. We need another half of the bridge fixed. Here you go, right here. These are the type of young people we need to empower and impact, man. We got to get you on the big project that's going on with all your skills, man. I think that's important. Hey, young brother, keep doing what you're doing. Keep impacting the young people. Keep giving them love, like DL said, man. Let these young brothers know you love them, and keep coaching and building yourself up, man. You got some phenomenal things in the future that you're going to be a part of. History. See, this is when we talk about young excellence. We got a young brother here, man. Young excellence going to do some powerful things in the future because that's what it's all about.
Yep. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
For having me.
Hey, no problem, brother. We looking forward for you to get you on this mentoring thing with me and Nate. We're going to get you. We looking for that call. All right, brother. All right, brother. I see TW down there. Is that D Woo or who is that down there? Who is that?
I don't know.
Let's see who that is. Who is that? TW. Let's see. Is that D Woo? I don't know. Let's see who that is. We'll give him one more second.
It's just crazy though, John. While you doing that, just speak on it, man. Again, man, these brothers is, they got a tough job, and like I said, as we move into this new era, and Do talked about it, about the new era that we in. It's something that dealing with these parents is just a whole nother level because of the pressure that these kids have to make it to the next level. We try to tell our kids that we're not about it's not about it's not about basketball all the time. It's about it's about how we are making these guys and molding them into being young men and young ladies. And we're caught up in this culture as you got to be a pro basketball player or this or a pro football player, pro baseball player coming out the hood. That's not necessarily, man. This brother Marques had an aim 30 years old, man, making 6 figures, man. Come on, bro. Where they do that at?
Right, definitely. So, TW, are you coming on the stream? I'm trying to see who that is. Can you come to the camera? I'm gonna remove you from the studio. I don't know who that is, Nate.
Well, I just want to highlight the other people not here. Coach D Woo, I don't know where he is. He told me he was coming on, but it's raining outside. These towers is banging. You see how we're having a lot of connection issues.
Definitely.
So, but he's one that that he runs a girls program. He runs a real good girl program. He's he's dedicated his life to basketball and to mentoring these young ladies and things like that. He's even said, I've saved his life because he don't know what he would be doing if it wasn't for the Rebels. We got him from All Hallows with Pee Wee, like Pee Wee said. They came over, and D Woo never left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's coached over at Mission now, and now he runs the whole girls program over at Abraham Lincoln for Coach Carl. He's just destined to do just great things. I'm so proud of him. He get on my nerves a lot, trust me.
Right.
But the thing about him is, man, his heart is here, and his heart is there. He's dedicated. He during this pandemic, man. And not say, I mean, my other coaches are great, and but he makes his way to my house at least 3 to 4 times a week. And I always act like I don't want him over here, but I'll be glad to see him because he just come to check on me, and it's
Right.
cool. It's just something that it's just he's just a one of a kind guy, man, and really appreciate it. Coach Faraji is another guy. Coach Faraji is he's been around for years. He's a varsity coach up at Thurgood Marshall. He's just a talented brother. He's dedicated to this game. He passionately cares about these kids and what they do and how they conduct themselves, and just another guy I'm always glad to have around. Coach Antoine, Coach Jeff, them dudes, they coach with the Brown Bombers, and then they coach over here with the Rebels. It's just those dudes just bring a whole nother dynamic. They bring the football mentality to the basketball court. And and I always, again, like I said, I how they talk, I said, don't listen to the tone, listen to the message. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing that that's the untapped quality and the untapped things that people sometimes they don't get enough credit for. Jerry Showers, he's one of the guys, man. I can't say enough about him because I'm shocked. I mean, well, he's driving through. He just tried to, he was connected on and off earlier. He just gave up. But Jerry is one of them dudes, man. He played basketball in college. He went to Mission, and but he's the type of guy will give you his last 10 cent out of his pocket, bro, and to make sure a kid goes without. And those are just, I mean, that's just some of the testament that we have. I got, Reed Harrington, he coaches, one of our teams over there. We got Teddy Buchanan, you know what I'm saying? We got our alumni, LeVar Watkins. We got Lil Antoine Porter, he coaches. I mean, those guys played for me. They played in the program. They back coaching. It's just, man, we go everywhere, man. I got Coach Mark. I think he was on earlier. Mark works at YCD. There's a connection there because we try to steer our kids over there to get some jobs and things. I think Mark Aquino. He works over at YCD. Good. Yeah, it's just I can't say enough about all these guys, man. It's just they make my job so much easier, John. And I say this, and I say it in a real way, man. And I mean it, man. These guys make my job just go that much easier, man. And there's a lot of times we just chill out off the court and just we talk about things. We go through things in life too, man. These guys give up, and here's the thing, man. These guys give up their family, they give up their vacations of their own. They take vacation time out of their job. They do all this for the sacrifice of the kids. And guess what, John? Nobody get paid. They don't get paid, man. These dudes, they sacrifice. We play 7 months out the year. And these dudes are there dedicated, and they're there. And these guys been there for years. D Woo, I think, got about 15 years in, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
it's crazy.
I mean, but that's what it's about, Nate. You know what I mean? And this is why this segment is so important, because we need to highlight these brothers, because a lot of times community don't see this. They think it's something going on behind the scenes. These brothers and sisters are y'all heard Nate? They don't get paid for this work. They are out here impacting the community in a way it's never been done, out of the love of their heart. So don't tell me that people don't care, because you guys see these brothers coming on. And yes, we have a nice storm coming through the Bay Area. I know Jerry was on. I seen
Yeah, I got
I see
Coach.
AO on, EJ
Yeah,
coming in, but
I
we
forgot
have
about
been having some connection issues.
Yeah, I forgot about, and then EJ, who don't know Coach EJ? He ran the COVID command center, OMI. He's just a great guy. EJ make the wheels turn. Just a dedicated young man. He played with Pee Wee, and they still hang out together. Coach Adrian Otis, they call him AO. He come from football, but AO is one guy that I would give another right and left arm for, because he's always there for me. Coach Fully coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole thing. We had Coach Guy coached for us. Guy decided to run his own little thing, and it's cool. I would love to see everyone branch out and do their own thing, but it's just a testament. Guy comes every time and help out. They just honored me for his for my achievements, and it's just a this cycle keeps going, and number positive brothers that's been around the program. I'm just so thankful for all of them, because again, you look at it, we got coaches citywide, man. We got coaches coming from everywhere, and they grew up together, and it's a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing. And here I am fighting every time for dollars and things like that, for something that is a no-brainer.
Well, I mean, like you said, Nate, I mean, this is what community building looks like. And a lot of times, through sports, through the arts, this is how we connect our communities, and we have to invest strategically into making sure our athletics, our arts, our education is important, because a lot of times people make the connection through education as well. We got to get behind our young people and support them intentionally. It's a lot of allies, there's a lot of corporation, there's a lot of sponsors and people that want to do something. They always asking how. Here you go. We got Nate here, SF Rebels. You got both sides of the conversation. You got 100% College Prep. You got YC. Different organizations impacting the community. Get behind those organizations and help support them, because again, through these type of organizations, through the leadership of people like Nate, this is how we unite communities and bring people together. I mean, y'all heard Pee Wee. I was worried about going to the other side of town, but through the sports, through the leadership of Nate and having people that he could trust with his life to go there and get back safe, man, very powerful thing. That's how we impact the youth, and that's how we impact the community. Nate, you're doing a phenomenal job, brother.
Right. And that's one of the things that, John, that, for years, that's what the Fillmore gym was the only gym we had. You know what I'm saying? That was the only gym we had. And that's what kids from Hunters Point had to go over there. And it was crazy. And that was back in the 90s, where, it was thick in the city about different things. And, I definitely want to shout out my coach, Evan Jones. He was caught up in that gunfire when they had on 3rd Street. He was at the ATM and he got shot in the foot. So I'm hoping that, I'm praying that he recovers well and get back to the kids. But our guys got stories to tell too.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
And we got to keep promoting those stories, because those testimonies is what our young people need to hear, man.
That's the life lessons, John.
Right. And that's why I'm glad Dio said what he said, because
right,
the brothers in the community, the fathers of the community, the uncles of the community, it ain't about being tough. Sometimes it's telling our young brothers and sisters, man, hey, we love you. Wrap your arms around them. Let them know it's gonna be okay, because that's what it takes. That's what it takes, man. And that's just being real, Nate. It's a lot of love lost, a lot of hopelessness in our community.
Yep.
So we got to get tired of it.
Yeah, it's like a family go a long way, man. It's been some babies made out of the rebels. You know what I'm saying? I got a little godson. Now he came from the rebels. So
Right.
It's like you say, man. It's always a good thing, to see these dads, even if they haven't been around, to come see their kids play, and that kind of rekindles some things with them, and kind of reunite reunite them and their family and bring them closer to their kids and things like that. I got it's just a whole bunch of things. I've one of my coaches, I forget to mention, Marques Shaw. I tell him all the time, man, you made me a better father, bro. My son, little Nate, for years he used to travel with us. He done been all around this country, but he's had to share his dad with thousands of kids. And Quez was the type of guy, and when Marques, he's like our roving instructor / coach. But Quez, and I've got to say, he's one of the only 6 players to ever win. And we got 2 of these guys. He's one of the only players to ever win Player of the Year in football and basketball. And Antoine Porter is the other one in the same year. So I've always got tremendous respect. But what stands out for Quez is he's a great father. And he's way older than Quez. But I tell Quez, man, you made me a better father by me watching what you do with your kids, how you juggling, coaching, and still being with your kids. And and those are the things and the little gems that sometimes go unhidden, man. But I really appreciate this, John, man. This is something that I really want to get out and show to the world and show to the audience how good of a job these brothers are. I really want to highlight that these brothers is, doing this for free. They not asking for nothing. They just here committed. They rolling up their sleeves, and just it's gonna be big things for us to come, man. We got the partnership with both sides of the conversation with 100% college prep with Diane Prep. We got the college thing going, man. This thing is. We got the building finna get built, the facility, man. We about to be off the hook, man.
Hey, we're doing the work. Hey, this is what it's about. Connected community, Nate.
Man.
This is why you here tonight. The world needs to see this. There are brothers in the community like Nate that are doing it. That's why we represent the Rebels so hard, because the vision, the leadership, and the commitment is what we need in our community.
And it's a citywide thing, because even with Sunnydale, shout out to Kim Mitchell, because Kim Mitchell used to send kids to me from Sunnydale to play. You know what I'm saying? And Howard Smith, and all those dudes that that just have influence around, and a big part of the program. Alfred Hollins, he works up at the Boys Club on the Hill. It's just a whole bunch of resources that we can go to access. Like I said, Fillmore used to be the only place where we go. Now we're citywide at all different gyms throughout, from the Mission, Excelsior Club, the Fillmore. We up on Kiska. We at the high schools practicing. I mean, we everywhere, bro. And this thing is gonna keep growing. And I'm winding down with this. So,
don't say that, Nate. We not letting you go. We not letting you go, Nate. You got 20 more years, Nate.
And I'm ready to go put on my Speedo.
Hey, we're not gonna call you Uncle Drew. We'll call you Uncle Nate, man. You gonna still be
man, I'm ready to go kick back, man. This is just a beautiful feeling, man. I get a chance to highlight them, man, because man, they deserve it. Even though they don't want it, they deserve it, man. They deserve it. Shout out to my board. My board is working hard. They're trying to make things happen. And Erica's behind the scene. Cherie, who was before Erica, she's been a little sick these days, but all this whole, man, it's bigger than Nate, bro. There's so many different components that make the engine go.
It's the little fish, Nate. I can't do nothing without my team. I got the pot. I can't do nothing.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's so much that my team do behind. I be telling people, they be like, John, I be like, it ain't me.
I'm the little fish.
I'm just the little fish.
Yeah, I am.
Man, these sisters, listen, and speaking of that, Nate, these sisters, they grind so hard. And I just really need to say this, that I appreciate my team and the work they do. Jada in school, giving back. Yeah. We got Tashelle in the education department. We got Kosla. Listen, they all going on vacation, Nate. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry while they go.
Hey, man, I'll come in and help you with the controls.
You got to help me, Nate. Look,
I got you.
Everybody leave tomorrow. It's just me. The
Okay,
next
I
few
got you,
shows,
man.
it's just gonna be me and Rico, man. I'm gonna be crying. Y'all gonna see me on the air crying. I'll be like, "What happened to John?" His whole team left him. But you know what? They deserve it, and they going to enjoy life and enjoy their self because Nate, you brought up a good point. This community work we do. This stuff tears up families, tears up friendships.
Yeah.
And I'm always juggling time with my grandchild, my daughter, family, right? And people don't see that, man. And I meant what I said earlier, Nate, about you being an Energizer bunny because I see you grinding, and I be like, I can't stop because I see you on calls 10 o'clock at night. Nate texting me 10 o'clock. I said if Nate can't sleep and he's still talking about things that we need to do to impact our community, then I don't get that break either. So I just want to say you are influenced and also,
Yeah, man. It just
I watch you, and I'm like, I can't quit. It's days I sit here like you said, Nate. It's days I sit here. I be like, I ain't going on the air today. I'm gonna reschedule, right? And then I see you, say something like, "We got to keep pushing, man." I be like, I gotta get up.
We gotta keep pushing for these kids. I got so many God kids. My godson plays for me now, but I got so many God kids out of this, and you see them, the kids grow up. They got kids now. I got their kids playing for me, and it's just I feel that I can keep going. But John, I gotta pass the torch at some point, man. And this is, my segment. I gotta, and this is the one thing that I tell D Woo and I tell these guys: don't get caught up doing 30 years like I have, man, because you miss out on a lot of things. You really do. You really do.
But the flip side of it. But the flip side of it is, this is both sides of the conversation.
Okay.
And you sitting here today proud because when you see Marques Jones, you see Darrell, that's some stuff that is priceless. So you get the other side of it too. When you can impact a young person's life and they give their commitment back to the community, hey, Nate, that's powerful.
I just wish more people would take advantage of that aspect and don't look at us in the sports realm. I know we are definitely got a lot of we got some talented individuals and we got some talented young men and young ladies, and we're expanding our sports department and things like that to add football, and we got 7-on-7 football, then we got soccer coming, and we got the girls dance and cheer coming. But I wish people just take this as a time to have fun and just enjoy it, and then take the other part, the education part, and take that and put it in their Rolodex and keep it like a Marques who went to Marquette and was able to get backing from the Rebels alumni and sponsors to help him through his bills at school, and his brother come home to be an engineer, man. Come on, man. Where they do this at?
Now listen, Nate. If he one of the civil engineers that built the other half of the bridge, how that's gonna make you feel, Nate?
Come on, man. I'm gonna roll through there all the time, man.
Right. Like one of my players helped build this, man. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, and that's why I do the work that I do as well, Nate, because you never know. And that's why I tell people it's important, like Dio, what he said, and to all the people that was on here tonight, to make sure you speak positivity and positive affirmations to our young people with gratitude, because you never know that one little saying, that one little word might switch that light switch on and make that kid do something great. So, man, powerful stuff, Nate.
You never know, John. It's again, bro. It's the I look at we got a few players who've been to the pros and did this, and I love them. I praise them, but to see those kind of success stories, and I'll go all the way back to Jason Hill. He came out of OC Projects, went to Sacred Heart, went to Washington State, then went to the NFL. Now, come straight out the Jets, baby. You know what I'm saying? The most notorious projects it was back then.
Oh yeah.
And we went, persevered, overcame all the obstacles. I don't think Jason was a 4.0 all the way through high school. You know what I'm saying? And he's up doing big things up in Sacramento. I think his son is gonna be coming down playing with us, but it's just those success stories, bro. I definitely just remember forever. Ontario Smiths is doing well. Angelique Bakar is doing well. The Bronsons, and I can go on and on and on. And it's just just a plethora of people who've come through the program and have gone on and do great things. And they ain't got to be big time executive. You can come back and work with, look at Pee Wee, work with youth. Look at Faraji, work with youth. You know, D-Woo, work with youth. You know what I'm saying? Just be productive and be ready for life. Well, like I said, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be, college ain't for everybody. And you know, as long as you're able to provide for your family in a positive way, man, that's all it is, man.
Right.
That's all.
Well, with that being said, Nate, we're gonna go ahead and end this segment. We got no more of your players or coaches up here. I just want to say thank you, my brother. I'm just looking forward for a lot of the things. I know it's taking some time and people waiting, but I know we're getting this thing together because I know
Come
you,
on,
like
man.
me, we're kind of perfectionists. It got to be right. So that's
That's
one thing
right.
I appreciate about you. Every time we talk, we like, John, it got to be right. It got
Gotta
to
be
be right.
right. Gotta
So,
be right,
I
John.
appreciate you, just staying on me, kind of mentoring me, giving me, that inspiration, hope to keep doing the things that we're going to do. The impact is real. I mean, I just want people to know I got a call from somebody from London
Oh
today
yeah.
that's watching both sides of the conversation. Like, man, what y'all doing is big. Don't stop. Keep doing this. Our people need it. And that was just another a lighter spark for me today. People are connecting. People are watching, and that's why it's important for us leaders in the community, us community people, to do the things that we need to do with integrity, with class, you know what I'm saying, and ethics, because people are watching and our young people are watching, and we got to make sure that we are the positive influence that they need and the hope that they need so that they could do phenomenal things in the future to impact our community. So with that being said, want to let everybody know this Thursday, we're going to jump into our Thursday. Every Thursday, y'all know we do an educational Thursday series. Different professional backgrounds come on here and teach people different things that's going on. They do a PowerPoint presentation. We have a sister coming in from Vegas this Thursday. She's going to be talking about credit repair because, we've been talking these last couple of weeks about finance, financial wealth. How do we get our economics right so that we can impact our community and leave generational wealth to our young people and the family? So we got a phenomenal sister coming on to talk about credit repair. It's going to be a phenomenal show. And then this Sunday, we are jumping back into part 2 of this conversation of prison reform. We're going to have a phenomenal panel coming on. We have some amazing people, some sisters and brothers, man, that are doing stuff, getting legislators up to the legislation up to the state, getting bills passed, doing things nationally. It's going to be a phenomenal show. I don't know if you guys seen part 1. Go to our YouTube, check out last Sunday. Phenomenal conversation. We're going to have some more people come on, and we're going to talk about this prison reform, how it's affecting our families, how it's affecting our community. How do we fix it? How do we get involved? This conversation has to happen moving forward because we can't sit around community and be complacent. When we have a new president, we have a new vice president. We still have to put the pressure on them to make sure the things that's needed. I got a call today from a family member, from somebody incarcerated in the South, who are doing a 20-year bid for a small amount of marijuana that now in certain states is legal, and people are making billions of dollars. And the brother reached out, and his family reached out to me. Keep the conversation going. We got to make sure we get our people that's in prison, that's been doing a lot of time for these nonviolent crimes, getting caught with marijuana, especially in Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia. We got to fight for these brothers, man. We got to get these brothers and sisters home so they can get back and impact their communities, impact their families. We got to stop. We got to keep fighting and hold these legislative people accountable, and it starts with us. And this conversation this week is going to be powerful, powerful, powerful. So looking forward to that. And then next Tuesday, we'll follow up with another segment of Hidden Gems. So please be patient. It's going to be things happening. The both sides of the conversation, teams on vacation. It's just me and Rico holding. But we'll be here still showing love, dropping gems, and making sure our community get the intentional information that they need so that they can impact the community. We want to thank the SF Rebels for coming on. Thank Nate Ford for all the stuff he's doing for our community. What a way to have our people in the community show up with all the brothers and sisters tonight to let people know that we are still working. We are still doing the things to make sure we intentionally impact our community and our youth. We love you, Nate. We thank you. And with that being said, we're going to end tonight's segment.
Rebel Nation, baby.
SF Rebels, baby. We love y'all, man. So we'll see y'all. And thanks for tuning in tonight. We are going to bid you guys good night. All right, people.
Thanks, John.